Hey, it's Drybear. The beta for Once Human is underway, and I hope you heeded my warnings and created a character before the window closed in order to get into the permanent access to the beta. But today what I wanted to do is run through the character creator, customization options, what your character looks like in-game, the cosmetics that are available as well, partially for people that are just getting into Once Human in the testing phase and seeing what the game is all about, and also for people who haven't yet played or just kind of interested and want to see what character creation is all about. Now, Once Human is a character-based sci-fi open-world survival game, and it is server-based as well. So you can actually build on PvE servers in North America and Europe, and there's PvP servers as well if you want to PvP against other players, and those are separated. And there's PvP options and PvP modes and instances and dungeons available inside of that as well. But what you'll do is you'll select a server in your region that has the population you're looking for, and you will create a character on that server. And they do operate on a seasonal rotation, which means that they will be rotating based on seasons. We don't know exactly how the reset schedule is going to be, if there's going to be permanent servers or whatever, but at least it helps people reset and get back to a manageable level so you don't join into a server and get killed by someone who's max level with max gear and technology. The character creator is more than I expected it to be, with, of course, your masculine and feminine type 1 and type 2 selections, so you can choose between these, and the presets are pretty varied if you wanted to mess around with these. The idea is that you are a meta-human who has otherworldly dimensional powers, and so you kind of have that theming going along with your character if you'd like to. The overall quality is quite good. The sheen and the specularity is pretty nice. The hair quality and the strand quality is also really good. There's even some nice reflections coming off of like tattoos and some of the metallic textures as well. For the face, you have 5 categories to look at: the hairline, brow bone, eyes, nasal or the nose area, and then the mouth. So you can mess with the horizontal direction of the hairline, the forehead. Let's see how weird we can actually make this. Let's make that kind of short and stout. You can even make the width of that go in and out, which is, I think that they have sections there for the forehead area rather than just being forehead is kind of nice. You can make this even bigger. Forehead height, forehead angle, which even moves the hairline if you can see that. Temples up and down, left and right, and cheekbones as well. And I think the way they kind of ended up doing this is it's almost like they put like individual bone like anchor points all over the face, and they just gave you sliders to play around with them. You can obviously create some really distorted looking things, but I think at the end of the day you still have some, you know, relatively normal separation. Coming off of Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator, it's kind of hard to find other character creators that compare, at least in the creativity that you can have. Let's max out all the cheekbone areas, which kind of flatten it out. He's looking a little bit different actually. Surprisingly enough, you can make these pretty wide. Let's give him a nice little, let's do min on all of these. Make it a short, wide chin with the width. What does the depth do here? We've got some nice fluctuations for the for the jiggly chin. And messing with the jawline stuff, you can actually get some kind of odd shapes here. This almost looks like the Giga Chad jaw face when you've been mewing all day. A lot of options here for the brow bone, with the bone itself going across, so we can make him kind of do like the hey hum 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 hum. You even get a little bit more Neanderthal with this by flexing this in and out. You can also make the brow bone recede enough to give you like this like shelf on the nose for some reason. You can also make him kind of happy or maybe a little bit angry. Let's make him angry. He's like a grumpy cat. You can mess around with the eyebrow muscles, like separate from the bone itself. You can actually mess around with the eyebrow muscles, as well. Bring that up and down, keep that down. Got some depth to it, and then an angle on it as well, which can make it kind of feel like in or out, which I guess would change the perspective of the tattoo as well. You can also mess with the eyebrow tail, which is the outside of the eye shape in the skull, I guess, but we're just like, he's getting some massive, he can almost like Dumbo fly away with these eyebrows. Then you can make him jiggle, like you can rotate like almost everything too. Like this is getting really out of hand. You can move the eyes in and out. So let's do like, should we do out or in? Let's do out. He's got to be able to see around that massive brow of his. You can even bring him down too so that you can see under it and get some rotation there. Maybe in, out there. Oh yeah, there you go. That's really good. Some nice width to it as well. Let's keep his eyes open. They're kind of small. He's got to be able to see. You can move the inner eye, like little like tear ducts here, I guess, back and forth and up and down as well. So it's kind of like, again, it's like an anchor point you can slide around and move and rotate. even allows you to get some pretty serious distortion into the mesh itself. Outer eye can do the same thing. It's basically just going to be another anchor point on the other side of the eye. So if you want to mess around with that, and I'm guessing once you do makeup as well, you can really play around with where like these values actually come into play. And if your character has eyelids, unlike mine, who lost them in a vicious battle with other dimensional beings, you can mess around with the recession of it, the height of the crease on it, the eyelid tilt, the length of it, and even like the width of it as well, which can change a lot of like the natural perspective and the natural expression on the character as well. Give him like a resting expression of a certain emotion. If we max out all the lower eyelids, it's like he just ate one of the worst warheads in the world. Like he's just so soured out. Now there's actually like, I guess this is Nasian, but this is like just like in the very center of the brow, just above the nose. And we've got our shelf going on there, but we can mess around with that too. And you can get that there. I kind of just want to accentuate the shelf for him. You've got a whole bunch of options for moving. Ooh, actually, we can make the shelf bigger if we move that all the way out. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, he could like, if we make it like perpendicular, he could set something. Oh, here we go. All right. He could rest something on top of that. Nose bridge, height, and depth. You can also change the angle on it. Let's bring this down a little bit to flatten it so we can use, and then widen it too. Oh yeah, dude, he could set his Starbucks down there if he needed to like take a break, or his phone or keys or something. We can flatten out the tip, bring the depth out, angle that down. Dude, he's carrying a weapon on his face, my friend. Nostrils out and flattened. Let's bring them out as well. And then we've got the angle down so he can smell. He wants to be able to smell the interdimensional rifts, and when there's tin ore nearby, he has a nose for these kind of things. And then we can also bring his mouth underneath the nose so it protects it. That way, like, no monsters can try to make out with him. He's able to, oh my gosh. So you got like mouth size, mouth angle, Cupid's bow, or Cupid's bow. Oh, the top of the lips, right. Well, you can't even see that. We can just make that real tiny. Horizontal upper lip, vertical, depth, angle, tilt, thickness, and width. So you can mess around with it. I can just like shelf it the top of his lip too. Not that you could even see it anyways, but there you go. Middle, lower lip, and then lower lip. Holy. Let's make this like as big as it can be, because it's like all he's got left of lip. Actually, if we make this small, you can see his teeth. There we go. Make it wide. Yeah, his teeth are in there. Look at that. He's happy to see you. Lower lip has horizontal, vertical, depth, angle, tilt, and thickness as well. If we bring this down, we might be able to fully reveal his teeth just by the shape of his lips, actually. It looks like we can. Oh, underbite. Crimson chin. There we go. There we go. All right. And then corners has vertical, horizontal, width, angle, tilt, and size as well. So a lot of rotational options. That makes him look surprised. Flexing there. And I'm sure people would make, you know, either ridiculous characters like this or, you know, their own unique characters. But it shows exactly what's possible here. So those are all the face options that you have available. And this is hair and makeup. So you can change the hair. Not that many hair options, to be honest. It is beta, so you might be looking for more later on and more availability of these. And I do believe that the feminine choices are different than these. And there are some that are shared. There are some hairstyles that are available to both feminine and masculine, and it looks like these are separate as well. So let's give Carrot Top looks pretty good. So you have overall hair color, highlights, and gradient if you want that. You can make these, I think, pretty extensive. You can't put in an actual hex value, but you have the whole color wheel here. You can even mess with the value and the actual hue of it as well to lighten it up or darken it if you want to, which is pretty cool. And then you can do a gradient as well, which treats, I think, the base hair. So we can do like something there. And then, I don't know, red and green, white, red and green. Yeah, there you go. Some nice physics for the hair too. That's pretty good. Right. Oh, and we have even the same categories for hair and makeup as well. So we have hairstyle with the hair choices here, and then the colors and the gradient area. So you can see that gradient kind of filling in more and more. There's eyebrows. You can yeah. If your character was normal, you'd be able to see these a little bit better. some base colors, and it looks like you can do the full palette as well if you wanted to, which is always nice. It's always nice if you can kind of do that. Beard, decent options. I wonder if these are available for the feminine characters or not. Eyeshadow is this category here, so you can give them some eyeshadow. Different colorations, intensity as well, eyeliner. And some of these, again, if your character was normal, you would see some of these are kind of tattooy as well. And then you have pupils, which you can... This is not a good showcase, is it? I've got these here, intensity as well, which you can go back and forth on. You can shade the cheeks above the nose or the sides of the cheeks with intensity and coloration. You can do lipstick as well with normal shades, or again, it's nice that they give you the full range of colors anytime that's available. You can do skin color as well. You can age them, which it looks like it just gives them like a wrinkle decal. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of just like it might even be like a map, like a normal map or something. You can color balance, add freckles. Oh yeah, there you go. Blemishes. There's a good amount of them here, actually. Jesus, some hardcore business here, man. And you can actually change where the positioning of it is. If we go back to that crazy one, this one here, like blood splatter, we can make this more or less intense. We can brighten it up, and then we can slide it around too, which is pretty nice. It's nice to have that as an option. If you wanted to create a specific look for it, you can make the size bigger or smaller too. And there's face paint if you want it. We had that from the very beginning. I think he's probably better off with face paint. A lot of tattoos as well. Equip, unequip starter gear. Yes, you can go naked if you want. Show off some of these tattoos. Well, this one's pretty good, I guess. Intensity, vertically, and size. So that's available for hair and makeup, and then you have body as well. You can change the height, which it's a third-person shooter, but you can also go first-person as well for some of the weapons, which is nice. And then there's a fitness slider, which changes the overall proportions, I guess, from a global perspective. You can do head and shoulder. You can make the head really big or really small. You can make the neck length doesn't seem to change too much across the whole board, but I guess it prevents a giraffe situation from happening. Neck can be big or small. Shoulders can make those delts go up. You can do waist width, thickness, and size. Hip width, thickness, and size. Chest size, which looks like it's left to right. I'm surprised. Oh no, it is. It's the whole like chest cavity, I guess. Everything all around the sternum, like that whole rib cage area. And then you have arm circumference, forearm circumference, thigh size. Let's do big calves and forearms, small thighs and upper arms. All right. And then we have body paint. Did that even update? Let's do intensity on these here. So you have different tattoo options. There's not a crazy amount of them in here, to be honest. But you can definitely add them here. You can change the location of it, which is pretty nice. You can change the intensity. Can we make it bigger? We can. And then we can spin it around. Cool. So we've got that. And then we change the color of it. And then I guess you could just add, it's the same selections on all of these for those there. So that is the overall. We can jump over and just like run through the females really quick. So this is the type 2. Probably just look at the presets for what's possible here. So you have these as your female. Gosh, she's like judging me, man. Holy goodness. Okay, so this is the look of like the veiny, otherworldly thing that I was talking about. Eye options, lip options. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. You can make the tattoos like super vibrant. Ooh, that looks cool. Pretty different there. Okay, let's look at that. And then we've got, let's look at the hairstyles because those will be different, right? So these are the feminine options for hairstyle. You've got, I don't even know what this is called. You got that like tied back there, the side braid, ponytail. I think this is one of the masculine or like the shared hairstyles. This might be as well. And there's this one with brush to the side. Honestly, if I was in the apocalypse, I would probably have short hair just in case, you know, but you've got these options here. So, I mean, this might not be like the final, but this is what's available right now in the game. And then for females, it looks like you have all the same sliders. There's an extra chest slider, chest size slider. There you go. That's, yep. I'm sure people want to know about that. So that's the character creator. And once you're in game, like I said, it is third person. So you kind of over the shoulder. You can switch some of this as well. So if you bring out a ranged weapon, you're able to, you know, tap in and do this as well for first person. But you do have a good view for your character. So not only do you have, oh, there's a bus. Not only do you have the gear for your character, which you can swap around, right? You can have different mods there. We can go back to some of the starter gear. So this is that you would see from like character creation, right? So this is kind of like how you start the game, and you have these here. But you also have, so you have a head, face, hands, feet, chest, and leg slots, but you also have cosmetics as well, which will permanently replace, like, as long as you have this equipped, it doesn't matter what your gear is. So you have some options here for cosmetics, helmet, mask, and there's even like some full sets as well, which you can select. Looks like it even comes with like an actual like prosthetic leg here replacement. So this is available right now just in the beta itself. So hopefully we have more options for this, especially, you know, if it's something that you're gonna spend a lot of time looking at. It's always nice to have these options here. There's even look at that, what, like a animatronic like hand as well, robotic hand. That one's got some nice tattoos on it. There are some masks. You do the Dr. Disrespect, I guess. And then the cradle is your gameplay mechanic. It's how you get your special powers, and it looks like they do plan to eventually have cradle skins for the backpack that you have on you. But that is the base for the character creator and the actual character perspective and cosmetics as well. If you found value in today's video, leave a like down below, leave a comment for the algorithm to help this video get seen by more people, and don't forget to check out my other channels for other content and other stuff and other things.